everybody. Today we're going to learn how to determine the note names on the low 6th string. So the low E string. The reason we want to do this is when we're playing our 6th string bar chords, we want to be able to name those chords using the 6th string. When we're playing scales that start on the 6th string, we need to be able to know what those notes are. So if we need to play in the key of B or the key of G or A major, if we know the note names along the low string, then we can apply that knowledge to the scales that we know and the chords that we know, and we'll be able to play just about anything. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to start with the fact that the low string is open E, and I'll go ahead and let you know that between the notes E and F there is no space. That means there's no fret. So fret 1 will be F. Now between F and G there is a gap. So fret 2 we're going to skip for now. We'll talk about that in a second. Fret 3 is the note G. And now it's pretty easy to memorize those three. E is open, F is fret 1, G is fret 3. Now, once we get those kind of under our fingers, and you know they're down low and they're easy to reach and that kind of thing, well, we have to go to fret 5 to find the next note, which is A. So notice fret 3 was the G, and we skip fret 4 and go to fret 5. That's the note A, and we're going to go ahead and put our first finger there. And this will just be a little exercise to help you remember. Now from A to get to B, we skip a fret, skip fret 6 and go to fret 7, that's B. And now B and C are just like E and F. E was open, F first fret, no space in between. Well, B, since it's on the 7th fret, you'll find C on the 8th fret right next to it. So one more time, that's A on the 5th fret, B on the 7th fret, C on the 8th fret. Now we're going to go ahead and take our first finger and skip up to fret 10, and that is the note D, and then E will return on fret 12 with our third finger here. So let's talk about this just a little bit more. The exercise that we're going to use is just using the right fingers to help us get these notes in our memory. But this isn't about playing these notes really. That's really just a memory trick. When we're called upon to play in the key of B, we want to know that we have to be on the 7th fret. And then we'll apply that knowledge to whether it's a chord or a scale. Whatever we need, we'll know how to find the note B. So let's do the little memory trick again, then we'll talk a little more about some identifiers and things like that you can use. So E is open, no space to the note F, first fret, and then 3rd fret is G, and that's fingers 1 and 3 for F and G. E is open, F on 1st fret, G on 3rd fret. Then we skip up to the 5th fret, first finger plays A, 3rd finger plays B, and then no space between B and C. That's little finger on 8th fret, C. First finger goes to fret 10, 3rd finger on fret 12. And that's first finger, 10th fret, the note D, and then E is 12th fret, 3rd finger. Now the space that's missing between E and F and B and C, that's going to occur on every string. To change that, you have to go into the sharps and flats and have, you know, a key signature applied, that kind of thing. For now, just remember that between E and F, between B and C, there are no spaces. There's no fret in between those. Every other pair of notes, F to G, G to A to B, C to D, or D to E, they all have a fret in between. Now, if you're familiar with the piano, you'll notice that E and F and B and C on the piano have no black key in between them. Those are both white keys, E and F, no black key. B and C, both white keys, no black key in between. Every other note does have a black key in between, and those are the sharps and flats. So, if we know that F is 1st fret, we can say F sharp is 2nd fret. And then we run into G on the 3rd fret. Now every note will be like that if there's a space in between. So from F to G, this space in between can be called F sharp. It also, going the other way, could be called G flat. So if we know that this is G on the 3rd fret, the note below G could be G flat, and that applies to every note on the guitar. The fret above G will be G sharp, and the fret below A will be A flat. So what we're really figuring out here is that F sharp and G flat are the same note. Just like G sharp, the 4th fret, and A flat are also the same note. And that will apply to all the notes that have a space in between. What we're really most concerned with is knowing just the basic letter names. E, open, F, G, 1 and 3, and then A on the 5th fret, B on the 7th, C on the 8th, D on the 10th fret, E on the 12th fret. So we'll deal more with the sharps and flats later, but just make sure you have a good grasp on just the basic letter names for all of those frets we've talked about. Now, as you're looking at your instruments, mine doesn't have fret markers here. I'm using a nylon string guitar. I have fret markers on top of the neck, but on your instrument you'll probably have markers on top or on the front or both, probably both. If you'll look for the double dots, that is the 12th fret, and the reason that is marked differently from all the rest, it's where the open string name comes back. So this is open E. The double dots, or the 12th fret, is E again. So as we go up the string, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, you'll notice that when you reach the name again of the open string, it's going to be that position. So that's a good marker. On a classical guitar, the body of the guitar actually runs into the 12th fret, but that is not the case for a lot of steel strings and electric guitars, so don't count on that. But do count on that double dot marker if you have fret markers. In wrapping this up, if you can go through this exercise, open 1st, 3rd, E, F, G, say those names, skip up to 5, 7, and 8, A, B, C, and then 10 and 12, D, E. You can at least know where to start a scale or where to place your first finger to play a chord if you're called upon to play like an A chord, an A major chord, or a G minor chord. If you're called upon to play a pentatonic scale, you'll know where to put your 1st or your 4th finger. So learn these note names, and then we'll talk in another video about how to apply them to all the other strings of the guitar, just to help out when you're trying to find scales or chords that start on other strings. So hope that helps, and I'll see you again soon on another video. Thanks.